Big news from the Intamin offices today, that is the 23rd of July, where they've announced 4 new rides, 4 new models, I think, which are the Hot Racer, Vertical LSM Coaster, Giga Splash and Ultra Splash. Interestingly, from today, these rides have been quite similar to ones other manufacturers are building, as you will see, but mainly I wanted to give my thoughts on this because I think they're quite cool and I think it's interesting. So yeah, let's talk about it. Now the first one, and the biggest one, is the Intamin Hot Racer, which is a single rail model of coaster that was kind of teased or announced a bit at IAAPA 2019, and now we're getting to see it in more detail. Yes, this is extremely similar to an RMC Raptor, but they've released 3 layouts and 2 of them are dueling. There were lots of dueling RMC Raptors rumoured, none of them had been confirmed, but maybe Intamin are just trying to get the single rail dueling coaster market, because with all the articulation and tight turns you can do with a single rail coaster, that makes dueling something very interesting and easy to do in a very small space, because some of these layouts are extremely compact. I don't know if they're just going to be the layouts they've released or if they're going to be doing custom layouts. Because one of these layouts isn't dueling, I think that means they might be doing custom layouts. I mean, surely they'd do custom layouts if someone was offering to pay a bit more money for it. Now, other than the dueling, the thing Intamin have added that RMC haven't yet done on a single rail coaster is a launch, because all of these coasters are launched. I think they're all multi-launch, there might be one with only one launch, I don't know, they've all got launches, right? But yeah, they seem to have the same restraints as all the other modern Intamin coasters, just on single rail track and single file trains. So the first layout is the Infinity layout, which is a very compact dueling layout. This is obviously for smaller parks. I think this layout is just one track that duels with the trains before and after, which is a better way to do it because it means you get more ride time when you go on it. The main features of the layout are that there's a few cool airtime moments, off-axis, well, not off-axis, but transitions and things. It's got some overbanks and some corkscrews. It looks like a very good fun layout, not amazing, but fun, and definitely would be a very welcome fit at any smaller park. The second layout is the Overdrive layout. This is the non-dueling layout. 542 meters long, so it's not the longest coaster in the world. It's fairly short, but I don't think it's that fast, so the actual ride duration might be a bit longer. It seems to have quite a few ejector moments. It's got 2 launches, and by far the coolest thing about this coaster is what they're calling the world's first wall ride dive. I'm using the meme again. Oh my god. Oh my god, he on X Games mode. Intamin come up with some very weird names for their elements, but jokes aside, this element actually looks sick. It's basically a huge wave turn that kind of turns into almost an inversion and a bit of a dive. This one also has a mini kind of I-305 transition, which is very cool. Good to see Intamin bringing that back. Now the biggest of these layouts, the big boy, is the Autodrome layout, which is a 75-second layout, and I'm pretty sure this was made to just absolutely destroy West Coast races. I mean, it's even got yellow and black track, or does West Coast races have white track? Look, I don't know. It's basically, what I'm saying is, it's got 4 launches, 2 from a standstill so that the other train can catch up for the dueling, which is the same that West Coast Racers has. Now, yeah, it has just shat all over West Coast Racers. So yeah, the main things about this is a very good layout. I mean, it's got big ejector hills, lots of tight turns, a few small wave turns and off-axis moments, that kind of thing. Over 1,000 meters of track, so it is quite long. They're claiming that it's got the most dueling moments in the world at 20. This layout in particular looks like a very good layout for a single rail coaster. It's compact, it's dueling, they're taking advantage of that, and it's got lots of airtime and stuff, quite similar to the other newer Intamin coasters. The second coaster they released information on, or an animation, is what they're calling the Vertical LSM coaster. Wow, what a creative name. This, I mean, let's face it, it's a rip-off Well, it's not a rip-off. It's a Skyrocket 2. This looks like it's intended for smaller parks because, I mean, it's got one station, 12-seat trains, shuttle coaster, very much like the Premier Ride Skyrocket 2 is supposed to do. This is very compact. It's got some cool airtime and hang time moments. Obviously, it is quite short, but the unique selling point of this compared to the Skyrocket 2 is that it's got an upside-down launch. First time we've ever seen that. That does look really fun. So is this a rip-off of the Skyrocket 2? Not really, because they have improved on it with that. The layout has some shuttle launches, which send you back and forwards into some hang time moments before you go over the top into what they're calling a torpedo dive. God, these names are really stupid. And then it has a zigzag loop, that's right, not a non-inverting loop, which they invented a zigzag loop. There we go. That's basically all you need to know about the vertical LSM coaster. They also have the Giga Splash, which just looks like the next generation giant log flume, the tidal wave kind of ride that lots of parks have. It features a large near vertical drop into a 1G ejector hill into a splash. This is innovated by having, I guess, a steeper drop and an airtime hill, and it is pretty huge as well. Other than that, main features this, it looks like it has a waterfall at the top kind of thing, and a rotating elevator lift. You don't really need to know much more than that. It looks very cool. Excited to see one of these. Definitely better than the kind of giant log flumes we have around today. The last one I'm going to talk about is the Ultra Splash. Now, I'm a big fan of Intamin, but this literally is a rip-off Power Splash. It's not even a kind of copy your homework or make sure you change it up a bit meme, because it literally is a Power Splash, but just with a single rail. I mean, the fact that it's a single rail on this ride doesn't make any difference to the ride experience. That's probably just a structural choice. Will this be better than Mack Power Splash? It looks very similar. Now, personally, I do think this will be better. I haven't ridden the Mack Power Splash, but this says it's going to have a -1G hill again, which is some nice ejector. I think Mack don't. The airtime hill on the Power Splash isn't as strong. Maybe the Intamin ones will go a bit higher on the spikes to deliver more airtime, but I don't know. It literally, it's just a Power Splash. What am I on about? Conclusion, it's a Power Splash. These rides are an interesting move for the company because rides like Tiger and the Wallaby Belgium Mega Coaster might have seen inspiration from RMC in terms of the layouts, but they are actually highly original in Intamin's ideas, and people will be coming to Intamin because they are some of the best rides out there. But these 4 rides that they've announced now are very similar to what other companies were offering, and it's just an interesting choice for the direction of the company. So they both have rides that are very similar to other companies and rides that clearly beat ones from other companies. It also is going to make Intamin and Mack's rivalries much more intense because they copied the Power Splash. So anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Exciting to see some new concepts, even if they are copying others a bit. Don't know how to feel about it. What do you think? Do you think that there's a bit too much copying going on? Do you think it's fine? I don't know. Just tell me your opinion. Bye.